Hello, fellow YouTubers. Today, I would like to tell a story that my dad shared with me many years ago. As far as I can remember, thanks to my father, I have been a car fanatic. Now, my dad told me this story one day, and I didn't believe him at first because my dad, for the few of you out there that know my dad's he's a comedian, and he's always trying to pull a fast one over me. But my dad had told me that there was a Ferrari buried in San Antonio, Texas, in a graveyard in San Antonio, Texas. And of course, I didn't believe him, and we would talk about that all through my high school days. And I would tell him, hey, maybe we should go get that Ferrari that you said that was buried in San Antonio. Well, guys, a couple of days ago, I was talking to my dad, and I told him, remember that, the story you used to tell me about that Ferrari? I said, is it really true? And he goes, yes, it really is. You should look it up. And lo and behold, guys, I did a little bit of research, and it popped up. There is a 1964 powdered blue Ferrari buried in a gravesite in San Antonio, Texas. Now, it took me a couple of days to find it because I did find articles on it, but no article actually named the graveyard. But I did a little bit more research, guys, and I was able to find it. So I decided to make a video on it because I think that's something that you guys would really enjoy. Today we are here at the Alamo Masonic Cemetery. We are actually west of downtown San Antonio. It's one of San Antonio's oldest cemeteries, and it was a little bit difficult to get here, but I was finally able to find it. Now, what brings me over here right now is this graveyard right here. As you can see, this graveyard belongs to Miss Sandra West, and she died in 1977. Miss Sandra West was married to Ike West, who died 9 years before Miss Sandra West. Now, this gentleman over here, Sol West III, is Ike's brother and Sandra's only surviving relative at the time. He was Sandra's brother-in-law. Now, what makes this cemetery or this graveyard very special here, as I said, Miss Sandra West actually died in March of 1977. She was living in the Beverly Hills, but she had married Mr. Ike West, who was from a prominent Texas wealthy oil tycoon family. So when Sandra passed away in 1977, she had amassed a fortune of $10 million. Now, she had left two stipulations in her will in order for her brother-in-law, Sol West III, to inherit that money. One was she wanted to be buried in her powdered blue 1964 Ferrari. Second stipulation, she wanted to be buried in her white laced nightgown at a comfortable angle in the front seat. Now, of course, her brother-in-law, Mr. West, Sol West, thought that that was very disrespectful to his late brother. So he actually fought Sandra in the court system in California for 3 months. She died in March, and she wasn't buried until May of that same year. After her estate won the litigation, of course, Mr. Ike wanted to get the $10 million, so he went ahead and signed off, and Miss West, along with her 1964 powder blue Ferrari, were flown down here to San Antonio, Texas. Now, right here in this spot right here, which would be right there, the car was encased in a block concrete box, and it was buried approximately right here. They buried it 9 feet deep and also covered the top with cement. Now, I did more research. I wanted to know why she wanted to be buried in her powder blue Ferrari, and also her her white lace negligee. And what I found out is that Miss Sandra West believed in the Egyptian culture, where when you go into your next life, you're supposed to take your most valuable possessions to yourself. And her most valuable possessions were her 1964 powder blue Ferrari, along with her white lace nightgown. So yes, I found this very interesting, guys. And once again, like I said here, 1964, right there, 9 feet under, is a powder blue Ferrari, along with Miss Sandra West's remains. This is the West family pot, and they were a big family down here in Texas, major oil tycoons down here. So I just found that very interesting, that Miss Sandra West, the Ferrari should be right there. That Miss Sandra West was such a car fanatic that she chose to be buried in her Ferrari. And that, just after reading that, I wonder, after reading that, I thought I would like come down here and find it. It actually took me a day to find, a whole day to find this, to find her graveyard. It was very hard to find, but here we are, guys. Hey guys, as I was getting ready to leave, I went ahead and I saw this. This is Miss Clara Driscoll's gravesite. And Clara Driscoll should be dear to every single Texan, and especially every single San Antonian. Now, Clara Driscoll, her grandfather in 1836 fought in the Battle of San Jacinto. And I don't know if you guys remember, but the cry of the Battle of San Jacinto was, "Remember the Alamo." Now, by 1903, the Alamo was in disarray, and the state of Texas was going to buy the property and turn it into a luxury hotel. Now, at that time, Miss Clara Driscoll was only 22 years old, but she had the fortitude and the mind to go ahead and step in and use her own money to stop the state from doing that. And she did know it, and she donated most of her money to turn the Alamo into what it is today. So San Antonio is known for its tourists, the Alamo, and it is because of Miss Clara Driscoll that we have that. And remember, guys, she was only 22 years old to go ahead and step in and stop the state from tearing down the Alamo mission, which today is the Alamo. Now, here is her historical marker, guys. They are a very famous family here in Texas. They're originally from Uvalde, Texas. They have a beautiful historic hotel in Austin, Texas called the Driscoll. But just what this young lady did at the young age of 22 for Texas, and like I said, for San Antonio and the missions. She actually donated money to restore all of the missions. But the number one, she is known for actually saving the Alamo. Think about it. Instead of the Alamo, we would have a hotel there. Just imagine what that would have done to the scenery, changed the scenery of downtown San Antonio. So that's why I think that all of Texas, and especially San Antonians, are indebted to Miss Clara Driscoll.